Yeat has recently dropped his album ADL, and ever since it came out for like this past week, it's been a lot of mixed reviews for this particular album. On one hand, you got people who liked it, and the other hand who are 9 times out of 10 Yeat fans who didn't like it, saying things like Zach Bia ruined him, Yeat should go back to I'm not making that up by the way, and other things of that sort. Where do I stand in the case of ADL discussions? That's what we're going to talk about right now. What's up everyone, this is Angees. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't too sure if I wanted to make a whole YouTube video dedicated to ADL because I already shared my opinion on it when it first came out on TikTok. The only thing I don't agree with after a couple days after that first reaction on my TikTok is me saying that every song sound the same. I still don't like the project, but the reason why people are saying that they don't like it are nowhere near the reasons why I don't like it. I'm mostly referring to saying that the Yeat fans who are shitting on ADL, I don't agree with their reasons, but I also don't agree with the people who's defending ADL saying that Yeat is being experimental when the whole time he's not. Now for the two people who have no idea who Yeat is, first off, click off the video, do your Googles, listen to these albums I'm going to put up on the screen, and then come back when you're finished because I'm not going anywhere. But for the rest of you, we all know who Yeat is at this point. Let's just skim through it. Biggest rapper to come out of 2021 underground, Twizzy's Tonkas, we all love that, right? Twizzy, Tonkas, crazy production, turbans, all that jazz, right? Basically the stuff that led up to him being a mainstream act since mid 2022, I'd say. And that song he had on For All the Dogs, I can't name from the top of my head right now, basically solidified him being an underground person to a mainstream act, basically leaving 9 times out of 10 most of his peers from the same realm of 2021 underground, especially a certain person y'all can't let die, but I'll be beating a dead horse once again. But one thing Yeat has always been facing since 2023 when he dropped Afterlife, which is one of his best in my opinion, his fan base don't like it when it first drops, and after a few months when Yeat moves on and do something else, right, they shit on the new album and reminisce on his old music, including the album they just shitted on. And when he dropped 2093 in 2024, it was 10 times worse than Afterlife because Yeat switched it up from the bells and crazy beats completely to a more darker cinematic tone with this album, with songs like Breathe and If We Being Real sounding like Batman edit music, not gonna lie, which is not a bad thing, but I'm just saying the vibes I got from it. Basically another album where his fan base hated it when it first dropped, but ironically people who normally don't fuck with Yeat liked it. Man, this vid of him and Zach Bia did not help anything at all. So a few months after 2093 dropped in 2024, Lifestyle came out the same year, which was basically Yeat returning to square one. But once again, the fan base hated it because apparently they didn't like how he was going back to the old sound, which they was literally asking for. And after that, A Dangerous Summer dropped in 2025, which surprisingly got the most love from not only Yeat fan base, but outsiders as well, since it felt like a more polished version of what Yeat fans already know him for, that everybody could enjoy. And now we're here in the big 2026 Yeat album, A Dangerous Lifestyle, aka ADL, which I'm pretty sure whether you liked it or not, this was not what anybody was expecting from Yeat. The two singles that came out prior made it out our own with SD Kid and Let King Tonka Tonk feat. Wait, did I say that right? Now the song is called Let Ting. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Same old fucking
King Tonka Talk. Why did that take so long for me to say? The songs made it out our own in Let King Tonka Talk, featuring Kylie Jenner, or King Kylie. Why is that a thing, first off? Anyway, back on topic, because what is going on anymore? When these two singles came out, I didn't want to count Yeat out entirely yet because it's only two singles, and I'll say it once and I'll say it again every time we talk about Yeat. I do not expect Yeat to talk about Twizzies and Tonkas forever, and especially with how mainstream he is, he's usually gonna try new things, but these two singles were simply not good to me. And the reason why I didn't like these singles is the same reason I don't like ADL as a whole. These songs, sonically, they don't sound bad at all. but they feel way too safe, if that makes sense. They're not too bad for me to go on a rant and make a fuss about it, but they're not good either. They're just simply there. Yeat new music for the most part feels like he's attempting to be on sports commercials or movie end credits. The song Lose Control is a prime example of what I mean. It is not a bad song per se, but it's not what anyone expect from Yeat, which led up to the memes of him being in the movie end credits with that said song.
Oh, you know it. So baby, let's go.
Which is fine if that's his intention with this album, until you remember the promo run for ADL, which was supposedly reflect on how he's grown over the years musically and his actual life leading to A Dangerous Lifestyle, which is the title, and him claiming that this would be his best album, which usually I'd assume all rappers are gonna feel about the way about their albums. Not only in the recent interview he was on saying that this was gonna be his best album, but people took out of context him saying that his older music is slop when he was referring to other people's music specifically the whole time. And also him dropping at 9 p.m. instead of the usual 12 a.m. like everybody else. It did not help his case at all, which led up to some people saying Yeat should go back to and Zach Bia ruined Yeat like I mentioned earlier. Which first off, why would y'all want someone who's clearly sober and heading into a whole nother direction compared to his older self for a while now, back on the same bullshit, all because in the midst of good music, which we can't even promise is gonna be like the good old days if he randomly decides to go back, because again, apparently y'all didn't like Lifestyle. I thought it was perfectly fine. Now it's not the craziest Yeat album I'd say, but it definitely had some songs. And regarding the Zach Bia comments, do y'all not remember bro has been around since 2021, aka the Up To Me days? Zach Bia is not no random nigga Yeat just met last year. Zach Bia was literally around during the peak of Yeat music when he was around the Double R Demons and the drugs from 2021 to 2023. So the people claiming that he ruined Yeat, it just shows that y'all are dick eating for no reason. As someone who's been rocking with Yeat since I was in high school, being 21 years old now, clearly he's moved away from the old sound. Change is gonna happen. He's been mainstream for almost 6 years now. If he were to do the same thing he's been doing since we've known him, y'all would claim that he makes the same song like y'all do Ken Carson currently because of More Chaos, which was literally the intention of the album, by the way. And the crazy thing is, there was some songs on ADL that sounded like something he dropped on his older albums. Not a lot, but it was definitely some, like What I Want and Live Like This, so I don't know if we was listening to the same album or not. Cause y'all making it seem like every song on ADL sounded like Lose Control and claiming that man makes elevator music now. Although I didn't really like 2093, I respect it for actually experimenting with his sound, taking a risk, which led up to the fans understanding where he was coming from, being the only album to have a Whole Lotta Red effect, by the way. Besides Whole Lotta Red, obviously. No other album besides Whole Lotta Red in 2093, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before, but I'll say it again. Those are the only two albums that have the Whole Lotta Red effect on people. But ADL, he didn't take any form of risk, which is why I don't like it. Just because he didn't have a lot of older vibes on the album besides the songs I just mentioned, doesn't mean he experimented at all. All he did was make safe rap caviar music. And safe rap caviar music, I don't know about y'all, but that's boring for Yeat standards in my opinion. Especially after A Dangerous Summer being a more polished version of what we expect from Yeat. I was expecting more of that on ADL, but clearly we didn't get that. It's not the worst album of the year or a trash album of that matter. It's a very disappointing one, yes, but y'all are overreacting overall. It was just simply mid for the amount of promotion it got compared to previous Yeat albums. But that's my take on ADL. How y'all feel about the album? Did y'all like it? Did y'all hate it? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna end the video right here. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Follow the socials. This is NG's and take care.